First and foremost, all praises to Abinawa Yahweh Bahashem Hamashiach Yahushai. It's your brother Josiah Gabar, aka Ephraimite Gabar. And to my left,
Benjamin Managan.
Okay, so today we are going over the book of Ruth. We covered Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy. We covered Joshua. I'm good. Judges, and now we are in the book of Ruth. So we're going to continue to go through this Bible. Before we go to Ruth, go to Psalms 119, verse 100. We're going to go over the book of Ruth. If you brothers and sisters disagree, if you think that she was actually a Moabite, if you agree that, she was Chinese, that's teacher's own. But, we're going to go over precepts. I have a lot of precepts, and we're going to, show through the Spirit that she was an Israelite. But most important, just going over the story of Ruth. So this is not to cause division. This is just to, this is what we believe. So Psalms 119 and 100. Read that.
I understand more than the ancients because I keep thy precepts.
So you understand more than the ancients. You could be in the truth 20, 30 years. But if you're not doing precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little, it's not thus said the Lord. Read that one more time.
I understand more than the ancients because I keep thy precepts.
Jump to 104.
Through thy precepts I get understanding.
So through thy precepts, you get understanding. Go ahead.
Therefore I hate every false way.
So we get, through precepts we get understanding. So we're going to go law upon law, law upon law. So now go to the book of Numbers chapter 21. So before we go into the book of Ruth, we're going to go into the the history aspect of Ruth, or leading up to Ruth. So we're going to go and explain the history real quick, so you'll understand what was going on. And we covered this when we went over Ruth, Numbers and Deuteronomy and so forth, but we're going to touch base a little bit. So Numbers chapter 21, and read verse 21 to 26.
And Israel sent messengers unto Sihon, king of the Amorites, saying, Let me pass through thy land. We will not turn into the fields or into the vineyards. We will not drink of the water of the well, but we will go along by the king's highway, until we be past thy borders.
Go ahead.
And Sihon would not suffer Israel to pass through his borders. But Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel into the wilderness. And he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. And Israel smote him with the edge of the sword, and possessed his land from Arnon unto Jabbok, even unto the children of Ammon.
So that's very important to know that they smoked them from Arnon River all the way to the Jabbok River. Go ahead.
For the border of the children of Ammon was strong.
Go ahead.
And Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all these cities of the Amorites in Heshbon, and in all the villages thereof.
Okay, this is a key point. Verse 26, read that.
For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, the king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and taken all his land out of his hand, even unto Arnon.
So this is what happened. So you had the land of Moab, and then you had the plains of Moab. So from the Arnon River all the way to the Jabbok River, that's what the Ammonites, they took that land from the Moabites. And what happened with Israel, we took it from the Ammonites, right? The Ammonites. So go to Deuteronomy chapter 2. Deuteronomy chapter 2, through our precepts we get understanding. So it was once Moab land. Moab got conquered by the king of Sihon, and they took that land, and then we took that land from the Ammonites. So Deuteronomy chapter 2, verse 32 to 35. Read that.
Then Sihon came out against us, he and all his people, to fight at Jahaz. And Yahweh our God delivered him before us, and we smote him and his sons, and all his people.
So we smote all those, right? Go ahead.
And we took all his cities.
And we took all the cities. Very important to know this history before you read the book of Ruth. Go ahead.
At that time, and utterly destroyed the men, and the women, and the little ones. Of every city we left none to remain.
So they killed every single person in that city. Go ahead.
Only the cattle we took for a prey unto ourselves, and the spoil of the cities which we took.
So they killed everybody and spoiled them, robbed them, right? Now go to Numbers chapter 32, verse 33. It's very important to know this history before you read the book of Ruth. So Numbers chapter 32, verse 33. Read that, brother.
And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan.
But we already read that the Amorites took that land from the Moabites. So read verse 33 again.
And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land, with the cities thereof in the coasts, even the cities of the country round about.
So they received the cities and the country, the plains, the countries of Moab. So now go to Joshua chapter 13. Joshua chapter 13. And we're recording it too, sister. So once, we watch that home. So Joshua chapter 13. So now we understand that it was once Moab's land, and then the Amorites took it, and then we took it, all the city and the country from the Jabbok River all the way to the Arnon River. So now Joshua chapter 13, verse 32. Read that, brother.
These are the countries which Moses did distribute for an inheritance in the plains of Moab.
So another thing too, when you had, once the Amorites conquered the land of Moab, they put the people into captivity. They put the Moabites into captivity. So once Israel came up in there, they killed the Moabites and the Amorites that was in that land. They killed every single person. They didn't leave no one left. So it was no Moabites or Amorites in the land at that time. So read that one more time, Joshua chapter 13, verse 32.
These are the countries which Moses did distribute for an inheritance in the plains of Moab.
So these are the countries which Moses did distribute for inheritance in the plains of what?
Moab.
In the plains of Moab. Go ahead.
On the other side Jordan, by Jericho eastward.
So for brothers and sisters to understand, Gad, Reuben, and half of Manasseh received their inheritance not in Israel. They received their inheritance eastward of the river Jordan in the plains of Moab, in the land of Moab. So the other tribes, 9.5 tribes, received their inheritance in the land of Israel. So now give me Judges chapter 11. Because the book of Ruth was written during the time of the judges. So, Judges chapter 11, and let's read verse 1, and we're going to jump a little bit.
Now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot. And Gilead begat Jephthah. And Gilead,
So read verse 1 again.
Now Jephthah, the Gileadite, was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of an harlot. And Gilead begot Jephthah.
So read, jump to verse 12 and 13.
And Jephthah sent messengers unto the king of the children of Ammon, saying, What hast thou to do with me, that thou art come against me to fight in my land?
So this is Ammon said, right? Go ahead.
And the king of the children of Ammon answered unto the messengers of Jephthah.
Which Jephthah was of the tribe of Manasseh. The Gileadites, we proved already that those was of the tribe of Manasseh. Go ahead.
Because Israel took away my land, when they came up out of Egypt, from Arnon even unto Jabbok, and unto Jordan. Now therefore restore those lands again peaceably.
So we already read about that in earlier before, where I think it was like 2 weeks ago. That was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How the Ammonites, this king was lying. You know, that land did not belong to him. It belonged to the children of Moab. But he was lying and saying, "Oh, that belongs to me." So check this out. Read verse 26. So this king is lying to Jephthah. So let's read verse 26. Check this out.
While Israel dwelt in Heshbon and her towns, and in Aurora and her towns, and in all the cities that be along by the coast of Arnon, 300 years.
How long?
300 years.
Go ahead.
Why therefore did ye not recover them within that time?
So he's letting them know, he's telling this king, Israel been dwelling in the plains of Moab for 300 years. So if this belongs to you, why haven't you recovered this 300 years ago? Why haven't you, if this really belongs to you? But it didn't belong to him. It belonged to the Moabites, and then the Moabites got conquered by the Amorites, and then Israel came and conquered. So let's fast forward to Judges chapter 21. So that's why it's very important to go through the whole Bible. So Judges chapter 21, verse 24 and 25.
And the children of Israel departed thence at that time, every man to his to his tribe and to his family. And they went out from thence, every man to his inheritance.
So you see that? Every tribe went back to their inheritance. What inheritance did they receive? Go back to Deuteronomy chapter 2. Or Shlaki, the Numbers chapter 32. Verse 33.
And Moses gave unto them, even to the children of Gad, and to the children of Reuben, and unto the half of the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, the land, with the cities thereof in the coasts, even the cities of the country round about.
So that's what Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh received. The land of Moab. That's what they received. And we killed every man, woman, and child in that land. Every single one. It tells you that in Deuteronomy chapter 2. We killed every single body in that land. We did not leave none alive. Only their cattle. So now let's fast forward to the book of Ruth. Let's go to the book of Ruth now. Shabbat Shalom, family. So Ruth chapter 1. If you brothers and sisters disagree, just keep it moving. There's no point to watch this video. And if you already said in your mind, this is not to, if you don't agree that if you believe she's Chinese, then go about your day. Don't come on here trying to have the spirit of debate. So Ruth chapter 1, verse 1. So let's go into the book of Ruth now. So fast forward. So now we already went over the history and understand that Gad, half of Manasseh, and Reuben received the lands of Moab. So the book of Judges, we just read in Judges chapter 21 that every tribe went back to their inheritance. So Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh went back to the plains of Moab, where the 9 other tribes dwelt in Israel. So Ruth was written during the time of the Judges. Let's read Ruth chapter 1, verse 1 and get understanding.
Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled that there was a famine in the land, and a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons.
So first thing first, we have to understand, we was already at war with the other nations. With the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Hittites, the Hivites. We was at war with every nation we was fighting. So why, if Moabites was living in the land, the plains of Moab, why would Israelites, knowing good well that we had at war with the other nations, why would we go to their land? Wouldn't we be at war? Wouldn't they put us to death if we're in a stranger land? Read verse 1 again.
Now it came to pass in the days when the judges ruled.
So this is written during the time of Judges. Go ahead.
That there was a famine in the land.
Uh-huh.
And a certain man of Bethlehem, Judah, went to sojourn in the country of Moab, he and his wife and his 2 sons.
So the word Bethlehem means the house of bread, the house of food. So give me Deuteronomy chapter 11. Why was there a famine in the land of Israel? What was going on? Why was there a famine in the land of Israel? So go to Deuteronomy chapter 11 and read verse 13 through 17.
And it shall come to pass, if ye shall hearken diligently unto my commandments, which I command you this day, to love Yahweh your God and to serve him with all your heart and with all your soul.
So if you did what the Lord required us to do, go ahead.
That I will give you the rain of your land in its due season.
Uh-huh.
The first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn and thy wine and thine oil.
Go ahead.
And I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, that thou mayest eat and be full.
So that's if we obeyed his commandments, right? If we was obedient. Go ahead.
Take heed to yourselves that your heart be not deceived, and ye turn aside and serve other gods and worship them.
So he's saying do not serve other gods, right? Go ahead.
And then Yahweh's wrath will be kindled against you.
So if we disobey, the Most High will be mad at us, right? Go ahead.
And he shut up the heaven, that there be no rain,
Uh-huh.
and that the land yield not her fruit.
That what?
That the land yield not her fruit.
Uh-huh.
Unless ye perish quickly from off the good land which Yahweh giveth you.
So go back to Ruth chapter 1. So there was a famine in the land because of our disobedience. So the Lord said if we was disobedient, guess what? Your land would not be fruitful. It would not bring forth its fruit in due season. So read verse 2.
And the name of the man was Elimelech.
Uh-huh.
And the name of his wife, Naomi. And the name of his 2 sons, Mahlon and Chilion. Ephrathites of Bethlehem, Judah.
Which Ephrathites is, don't get it confused with Ephraimites. Ephrathites are inhabitants of Bethlehem, Judah. So these are Judites, not Ephraimites. Go ahead.
And they came into the country of Moab and continued there.
So they went into the land, the country of Moab. We just read in the last book of Judges chapter 21 that every tribe went back to their inheritance. So who was dwelling during the time of the judges in the land or the country of Moab? Gad, Reuben, and half of Manasseh. So continue, verse 3.
And Elimelech, Naomi's husband, died, and she was left and her 2 sons.
Uh-huh.
And they took them wives of the women of Moab. The name of the one was Orpah, and the name of the other Ruth. And they dwelled there about 10 years.
So they was dwelling while the famine was in Israel. They went to the plains of the countryside of Moab, and they dwelt there 10 years. Go ahead.
And Mahlon and Chilion died also, both of them. And the woman was left of her 2 sons and her husband.
So now her 2 sons died within that 10 years expand. Go ahead.
Then she arose with her daughters in law, that she might return from the country of Moab. For she had heard in the country of Moab how Yahweh had visited his people in giving them bread.
Meaning blessing. So while they was in the land of the countryside of Moab, because it was a famine, so they went to go dwell with their brethren, with their family, with the other tribes in the eastward side of the river of Jordan. They Naomi heard about how the Lord, after that 10-year of famine, started to bless the land of Israel, where the other 9 tribes dwelt. Go ahead.
Wherefore she went forth out of the place where she was,
which is the plain, the countryside of Moab. Go ahead.
and her 2 daughters-in-law with her.
Go ahead.
And they went on the way to return unto the land of Judah.
So they went to go return to the Jerusalem. Go ahead. Bethlehem. Go ahead.
And Naomi said unto her 2 daughters-in-law, Go, return each to her mother's house. Yahweh deal kindly with you, as ye have dealt with the dead and with me.
So she told her, like, go back to your house, right? Go ahead.
And Yahweh grant you that ye may find rest, each of you in the house of her husband. Then she kissed them, and they lifted up their voice and wept.
So give me 2 Corinthians chapter 13. And it's a reason why, like I said, through precepts we can understand. There's a reason why she wanted Ruth and Oprah to go back to her family's house. So it's the reason why she said that. But go to 2 Corinthians chapter 13, 11, and 13. So 2 Corinthians, hold on 1 second, let me get it real quick. 2 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 11 and through 13. Read that, brother.
Finally, brethren, farewell. Be perfect, be of good comfort, be of one mind, live in peace, and the God of love and peace shall be with you.
So that's what we're supposed to be, at peace with all men. And we're supposed to have that love towards each other, right? Go ahead.
Greet one another with an holy kiss.
What did the Lord say?
Greet one another with an holy kiss.
Greet one another with a holy kiss. This wasn't no lesbian type thing, like most people might think. This had nothing to do with lesbian. Exactly. It was a kiss of love, not a kiss to be a lesbian, sister. Go ahead. Read that verse 12 again.
Greet one another with an holy kiss.
Go ahead.
All the saints salute you.
So now go back to Ruth chapter 1. So that's how we're supposed to greet. All praises, sis. I'm glad that you humbled down and accept the word. So it wasn't no lesbian stuff going on because she kissed her daughters-in-law. It was just, that's how you're supposed to greet one another. That even happened amongst the men. So go back to what verse we was at, verse 10. Read that, brother.
And they said unto her, Surely we will return with thee unto thy people.
So when you look up that word people, it's representing your kindred, your tribe. So pretty much they're just saying we want to go back with you and your tribe. Because they was in the east side of the river of Jordan with the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh. So they're pretty much saying, I want to go over to your tribe, where in the land of Judah. Go ahead.
And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me?
Check this out, what Naomi said to Ruth, her 2 daughters-in-law. Read verse 11 again.
And Naomi said, Turn again, my daughters. Why will ye go with me?
Why would you go with me, right? Go ahead.
Are there yet any more sons in my womb?
Is there what?
Are there yet any more sons in my womb?
Go ahead.
That they may be your husbands? Turn again, my daughters. Go your way, for I am too old to have an husband.
So whenever this Israelite woman referring to these women as her daughter, go ahead.
If I should say I have hope, if I should have an husband also tonight, and should also bear sons, would ye tarry for them till they were grown?
Go ahead.
Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of Yahweh is gone out against you.
So let's understand what she's saying. Hold that. Give me Genesis chapter 38. Same scenario. What is she saying? I'm too old to have kids. You gonna wait? What is she saying? Genesis chapter 38 and read verse 11. This is what happened to Onam and Tamar. So let's see what happened.
Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, Remain a widow at thy father's house.
Remain a widow because her husband was put to death. He died. So he said, remain a widow, right? Go ahead.
Till Shelah, my son, be grown.
Until what?
Shelah, my son, be grown. For he said, Lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house.
So that's why Naomi said what she said to her two daughter-in-law. Read verse 13 again.
Would ye tarry for me? Would ye tarry for them till they were grown?
So would you wait until I get remarried and have kids so that you can marry them once they get older? Go ahead.
Would ye stay for them from having husbands?
Would you not get remarried? Would you wait? Go ahead.
Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of Yahweh is gone out against me.
So she understand that the Lord was angry with her and her household. So that's why her husband was put to death, and her two sons was put to death. So continue, brother.
And they lifted up.
No, actually, Salakia, read Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1 real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1, and then we're going to jump. So it's very important to do precept upon precepts. In order to understand this Bible, you must do precept upon precepts. Line up a line, here a little, there a little. So go to Deuteronomy 1 and 1. Let's see who Moses is speaking to.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness.
So this is Moses speaking to the children of Israel in the land of Moab. Now jump to verse 25. Deuteronomy chapter 25. So this is Moses speaking to the children of Israel in the wilderness. So go to Deuteronomy chapter 25 and read verse 5 and 6 to see why Naomi understood the law, and also Ruth understood the laws of the Most High. So read that.
If brethren dwell together, and one of them die and have no child.
Which Ruth did not have no children. Also, the other lady did not have no children, right? Go ahead.
The wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger.
So she shouldn't go, if this is, dealing with, because we're going to find out in chapter 4 that it was inheritance going on. And they was trying to see the closest kin, the law on the closest kin, which we're going to get into right here. Go ahead. Shabbat Shalom, family.
Her husband's brother shall go in unto her.
Her husband brother, go ahead.
And take her to him to wife.
Go ahead.
And perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
So the person that's closest to kin is supposed to marry his brother's wife if he died without having no children, to keep that inheritance, to keep that seed going on as well. Go ahead, verse 6.
And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother, which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel.
And so we're gonna go back into this in chapter 4 to explain why she said what she said in chapter 4. But let's go back to Ruth chapter 1 and read verse 13 again.
Would ye tarry for them till they were grown? Would ye stay for them from having husbands? Nay, my daughters, for it grieveth me much for your sakes that the hand of Yahweh is gone out against me.
Continue.
And they lifted up their voice and wept again. And Orpah kissed her mother-in-law, but Ruth clave unto her.
So Orpah kissed her mother-in-law with that holy kiss, not no lesbian type thing, but just gave her a kiss just like when your grandma see you or something, they'd be like, hey, come here, let me give you some sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And she kissed her daughter-in-law, and her daughter-in-law kissed her back. Not on the lips, not no lesbian type stuff, but on the cheek. Okay, go ahead.
And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people.
Meaning her people, meaning her tribe. Look up words, look up what the etymology of words. Her people, her tribe. Go ahead, because they was of different tribes. Even though we're one nation, we're divided into 12 different tribes. Go ahead.
And unto her gods.
And unto her gods. Remember, this is written during the time of what? The judges. And what does the word gods mean in the Hebrew? Elohim or Elohim in the modern, which means rulers or judges or angels. So the judges, so go back, read verse 15 again.
And she said, behold, thy sister-in-law is gone back unto her people.
She went back to her tribe.
And unto her gods.
And unto her judges, her rulers. Go ahead.
Return thou after thy sister-in-law.
So she telling her, go follow after thy sister. She returned back to her judges and her people, her tribe, Because remind you, this is written during the time of the judges. Go ahead.
And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee.
But she was like, man, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go back to my tribe. I want to be close to my mother-in-law. Go ahead.
For whither thou goest, I will go.
I want to go wherever you go, mother-in-law. Go ahead.
And where thou lodgest, I will lodge.
I want to live where you live. Go ahead. Lay your head. Go ahead.
Thy people shall be my people.
Thy people, thy tribe should be my tribe. Go ahead.
And thy God my God.
And thy judges should be judges. That's precept. Let's get understanding. Leviticus chapter 19. Leviticus chapter 19. Through precepts we get understanding. Therefore we hate every false way. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 33 and 34. So Leviticus chapter 19 verse 33 and 34. Read that, brother.
And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land.
If a stranger, this ain't talking about no heathens or no other nations. This is talking about if me being from, this brother being from the tribe of Benjamin, and he want to go dwell in Issachar land, he's a stranger to the land of Issachar. So, read verse 33 again.
And if a stranger sojourn with thee in your land, ye shall not vex him.
You should not oppress him. Go ahead.
But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall,
Let the what?
But the stranger that dwelleth with you shall be unto you as one born among you.
Wait. It should be one as what?
One born among you.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt love him as thyself.
So just because they're from different tribes, you still supposed to treat that brother or that sister as you would treat your person from the same tribe. Because what goes on amongst Israel, you will have some Judites will show more favoritism to other Judites because they are the same tribe. So it was a law that pertains that no, just don't show favoritism just because they of your tribe. If they're a stranger coming out, say they coming from, we in America, we in Minnesota, they coming from Europe or Canada, and they coming in. We don't supposed to treat them like outsiders. We supposed to treat them like they was amongst our family. You see? Continue.
For ye were strangers in the land of Egypt.
So we was strangers. Go ahead.
I'm Yahweh your God.
So go back, or actually give me Exodus chapter 22, verse 28. Exodus chapter 22, verse 28. Through precepts we get understanding. So Exodus chapter 22, verse 28. Check this out.
Thou shalt not revile the gods.
Meaning dishonor. We do not supposed to revile the who?
The gods.
If y'all have a 1611 Bible, on the side, it will tell you, or judges. If you have a 1611, it will give you a side note, and it will says, or judges. We do not supposed to dishonor or revile the gods. What did the Bible refer to the judges as? Gods, because this is the English translation, and so we have to understand this is English. But when the other meanings of gods is rulers or judges. So we don't supposed to revile the judges, the gods. Go ahead.
Nor curse the ruler of thy people.
Nor curse the what?
The ruler of thy people.
That goes still for applies to the judges. So go back to Ruth chapter 1 verse 16.
And Ruth said, entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following thee. For whither thou goest, I will go.
Continue.
And where thou lodgest, I will lodge.
Continue.
Thy people shall be my people.
Thy tribe should be my tribe. We are the same nation. Go ahead.
And thy God, my God.
And thy judges, my judges. Because remind you, in Deuteronomy, Moses set up different judges. Deborah or Deborah, and Samson and all these other judges, that's just the popular judges in the Bible. But you had many judges that were scattered throughout Israel. So now continue read on that, brother, in Ruth chapter 1.
Where thou diest, I will die. And there will I be buried. Yahweh do so to me and more also, if aught but death part thee and me. So,
matter of fact, let me find that Deuteronomy chapter 1. Let me get that real quick. Deuteronomy chapter 1, I believe, verse 16 and 17.
And I charge your judges at that time.
Or matter of fact, 15.
So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you.
Wait. Read verse 15 again.
So I took the chief of your tribes.
So I took the chief, the leaders of your tribes, all 12 tribes, they took leaders of, go ahead.
Wise men,
Go ahead.
and known, and made them heads over you.
And they made heads over each tribe. So each tribe had what? Go ahead.
Captains over thousands.
So each tribe had captains over thousands. Go ahead.
And captains over hundreds.
And they had each each tribe had captains over 100.
And captains over 50.
And
captains over 10. And officers among your tribes.
Continue.
And I charge your judges.
And each tribe had their own judges. Go ahead.
At that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brethren. And the stranger.
And the what?
And the stranger.
What was Moab?
And the stranger. That is with him.
So we ain't supposed to treat our people or show favoritism just because they was of the same tribe, or don't show favor, or pretty much deal falsely to a person that was of your tribe. So y'all, you ain't from my tribe, so I'm gonna give you a worse sentence, or I'm gonna deal harshly with you. So go back to Ruth chapter 1. So yes, each tribe had their own judges, captains, leaders. Each tribe had that. So go back to Ruth chapter 1 and read verse 17, or where we start off at.
Yeah, Ruth at 17.
Come, verse 18.
When she saw that she was steadfastly
No problem,
minded,
sister. Go ahead.
When she saw that she was steadfastly minded to go with her, then she left speaking unto her.
So Naomi pretty much knew that Ruth wasn't going nowhere. She was strong-minded. She like, I'm going with you. I'm gonna be where you at. I ain't going with you, mother-in-law. Go ahead.
So they two went until they came to Bethlehem. And it came to pass.
Which Bethlehem, like I mean, is the house of bread, the house of food that's in the land of Judah. Go ahead.
And it came to pass when they were come to Bethlehem that all the city was moved about them.
They was what?
All the city was moved about them.
So when read verse 19 again.
So they two went until they came to Bethlehem.
So they went from the lands of Moab. Remind you, if these people that was living in the countryside of Moab wasn't our people, you trying to tell me that we gonna go into the land of our enemies and not be touched? Nothing happened to us? And then you have these women, 2 women or 3 women at the time, in the land of Moab, just chilling while we read the book of Judges and other books, Deuteronomy, Numbers, where we was at war with Moab and Ammon and all these other nations. That doesn't make sense. Why would they allow us to just Israelites to come into their land and be cool? No, they was Israelites dwelling there. So continue on that, brother. Read verse 19 again.
So they two went until they came to Bethlehem.
So they traveled from the east side of the river Jordan, where the 3 tribes was given an inheritance, and went back over to the west side of the river Jordan to go into the land of Judah.
And it came to pass when they were come to Bethlehem.
Where they come to where?
To Bethlehem.
Go ahead. So while these 2 women, this Judite woman and this Israelite woman that's living in the land of Moab, go ahead.
That all the city was moved about them.
Wait. That what?
That all the city was moved about them.
The whole city was happy. Go ahead.
And they said, is this Naomi?
Is this Naomi? Which Naomi means pleasant. It means happy. Go ahead. That's what Naomi means in the Hebrew. Happy or pleasant. Go ahead.
And she said unto them, call me not Naomi.
Don't call me Naomi. Don't call me pleasant. Don't call me happy. Go ahead.
Call me Mara.
Call me Mara. Go ahead.
For the Almighty hath dealt very bitterly with me.
So she understood that she lost her 2 sons and her husband. So ain't nothing pleasant about that. So she said, don't call me Naomi no more. Call me Mara or Mara. Go ahead.
I went out full, and Yahweh hath brought me home again empty. Why then call ye me Naomi? Seeing Yahweh hath testified against me, and the Almighty hath afflicted me.
Go ahead. So she understood that she was getting punished by the Creator. She was being going through her trials and tribulation, her affliction, just like each and every one of us brothers and sisters will be tried and go through their own affliction, rather whatever it might be, family, jobs, anything, friends, temptation, anything. We have to go through them trials and tribulation. Go ahead. Each and every one of us, brothers and sisters, have to earn our position in the kingdom. None of us is guaranteed a spot. We must all, like Matthew 24:13, we must all endure to the end. Go ahead.
So Naomi returned, and Ruth the Moabitess.
The what?
The Moabitess.
Go ahead.
Her daughter-in-law with her, which returned out of the country of Moab.
Which what?
Returned out of the country of Moab. And they came to Bethlehem in the beginning of barley harvest.
So go back to Joshua chapter 13, verse 32. So Naomi returned with Ruth the Moabitess. We're gonna touch base in chapter 2 about what a Moabitess is. Her daughter-in-law with her, which returned out of the country of Moab, and they came in Bethlehem. Joshua 13 and 32.
These are the countries.
These are the what?
These are the countries which Moses did distribute for an inheritance in the plains of Moab.
In the plains of who?
Plains of Moab. On the other side, Jordan by Jericho eastward. But
so now go back to Judges, the last chapter, 21, and read verse 24 and 25 again. Since the book of Ruth was written during the time of Judges, go ahead. Judges 21, verse 24 and 25.
And the children of Israel departed thence at that time, every man to his tribe and to his family. And they went out from thence, every man to his inheritance.
So they went back to their inheritance. So who was dwelling in the country of Moab? Who was given their inheritance? The children of Israel. Gad, half of Manasseh, and Reuben was given the countryside of Moab. So let's go to Ruth chapter 2. We're going to go over the whole book of Ruth today. So if brothers agree or disagree, teach us on, keep the law, statutes, commandments. Focus on that. But Ruth chapter 2, verse 1. So the only reason we're going over the book of Ruth is because we're going over the whole Bible with you guys, in the congregation and so forth. So that's the only reason we're going over it. It's not really important to know, but the most important thing is to know that we must keep the law, statutes, commandments, and have faith in Yahweh Shai, who the world calls Christ, Jesus Christ. So Ruth chapter 2, verse 1.
And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband's, a mighty man of wealth, of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz.
So we already went over how you had the law on marrying of the closest kin if your brother died, not having no children. Go ahead, read verse 2.
And Ruth the Moabitess said,
the who?
Moabitess said unto Naomi.
So hold that. Give me Genesis chapter 19, verse 35. Genesis chapter 19, verse 35. So they called Ruth a Moabitess. So read Genesis chapter 19, verse 35 and 37.
And they made her father drink wine that night also.
This is talking about Lot and his two daughters. Go ahead.
And the younger arose and lay with them.
Go ahead.
And he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose.
Continue.
Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father.
Go ahead. They both slept with their father. Go ahead and bear children. Go ahead.
And the firstborn bare a son.
So the eldest bare a son, right? Go ahead.
And called his name Moab.
And called his name what?
Moab.
So when you look up that word Moab, continue.
The same is the father of the Moabites.
The father of the Moabites. So the word Moab or Moabite and the strong concordance in the Hebrew, the strong concordance would be number 4124. And that means a son of Lot by the eldest daughter. Go back to Ruth chapter 2, verse 2. So remind you, look it up for yourselves. Don't take my word. Strong concordance H4124. And the pronunciation or the, did I write the spelling of it? I don't think I wrote this, the spelling of it, but look it up. It's Strong Concordance H4124. So now read verse 2 again, brother.
And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi.
Hold on, slide you up. When you look up that word Moabitess, It is not Strong Concordance H4124. It is Strong Concordance H4125, which means a citizen of Moab or an inhabitant of the land of Moab. Two different meanings. So when you look up at the word Moabite or Moab, that is a descendant of the eldest daughter of Lot. When you look up the Moabitess or Moabite-ish, same Strong Concordance H4125, meaning a citizen of Moab. Just like you and I are citizens of America or Canada or whatever other land you live in. And guess what? We are Israelites living in these particular land. But we have citizenship of these strange land. So, go back to Ruth chapter 2.
And Ruth the Moabitess said to Naomi, "Let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace." And she said unto her, "Go, my daughter."
Slakia, read verse 1 again.
And Naomi had a kinsman of her husband,
So remind you, it was a famine 10 years prior in the land of Judah, in the land of Israel, right? Go ahead.
a mighty man of wealth.
But this man, because reminds you, then the Lord started blessing Israel because Israel repented. So this man, after this famine little period, this man is wealthy. So obviously, he was a what? Righteous man. He had wealth, right? Go ahead.
Of the family of Elimelech, and his name was Boaz.
So go read verse 2 now.
And Ruth the Moabitess said unto Naomi, "Let me now go to the field and glean ears of corn after him, in whose sight I shall find grace." And she said unto her, "Go, my daughter."
So she sent her daughter to go fetch for food. Why? Let's go precept upon precept to understand how we're supposed to deal with our family, our kindred, our nation, rather whatever tribe you was from. Go to Leviticus chapter 19. This law pertains to the Israelites, not the children of Moab, not the children of Lot. Let's prove it. Leviticus chapter 19, read verse 1 and 2.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, Yahweh your God, am holy.
So do everybody understand that he's speaking to the children of Israel? He's not speaking to the children of Moab. He's not speaking to the Africans, the East Indians, and everybody else. He's speaking to the children of Israel. So let's see what laws apply to the children of Israel. Read verse 9 and 10.
And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not wholly reap the corners of thy field.
Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou gather the gleanings of thy harvest.
So if you a farmer or whatever, and you're out there, you don't supposed to, like Esau does, he'll take everything. No, we're supposed to do what? Verse 10.
And thou shalt not glean thy vineyard, neither shalt thou gather every grape of thy vineyard.
Don't take everything. Just because if you having a fruitful land, don't just take everything, but do what to it?
Thou shalt leave them for the poor and stranger. I am Yahweh your God.
You see that? We're supposed to leave it for the poor and the strangers, people that's traveling from other places around the world that's of our nation. We're supposed to not take reap all the benefit of the land, but to leave it for our brethren. That's just like now. We must help out each brothers and sisters in these last days. If brothers and sisters are struggling and a brother or a sister is able to help that person, help them out. Most brothers and sisters, most camps saying, okay, we have to wear our fringes. We have to wear our fringes. Yes, that is a commandment. One of the least commandments, but brothers and sisters have, certain camps teach it, make it seem like it's the greatest commandment of all. But if you can't afford no fringes, guess what? You brothers and sisters that can afford, help the sister or the brother out. Don't just be like, oh, you don't have no fringes, or you wicked. No, help the brother and sister out if they're struggling or whatever they're struggling with. Help them out. Don't just look at them and be like, oh, you don't have this. No. So we must help each other. I have that spirit of giving if you're able to do so. So go back to Ruth chapter 2 and read verse 3. So that's why Ruth understood the laws of the Most High because she was an Israelite. She understood. I'm about to go pick up some stuff. I'm about to go find some land and go and reap the benefits off it because I'm hungry. I need some food. She know about the laws. So this Chinese woman understood the laws of the Most High? Is this what Israel's saying? So read verse 3.
And she went and came and gleaned in the field after the reapers. And her hap was to light on a part of the field belonging unto Boaz.
Unto who?
Boaz.
Go ahead.
Who was the kindred of Elimelech.
So, how ironic, out of all the lands she could have went to, she picked a descendant of Elimelech. Go to Proverbs chapter 20, verse 25. Who guided this Israelite sister to this brother from the tribe of Judah, which was a descendant of the man that died? Who guided this person to, or who guided Ruth to this Judite brother, Boaz? Read Proverbs 20 and 24.
Man's goings are of Yahweh. How can a man then understand his own way?
The Lord is the one that guide our footsteps. He led her to this man. So now go back to Ruth chapter 2.
Ruth chapter 2, verse 4.
Come.
And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahweh be with you. And they answered him.
So he went. Wait, read verse 4 again.
And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahweh be with you.
So he's seeing these poor people and these strangers and these widows out there, getting their food off his land. And he said, the Lord be with you. He didn't say, oh, get out my land, you beggars. No, he said, the Lord be with you. Go ahead.
And they answered him, Yahweh bless thee.
And they answer return, Most High bless you, Yahweh bless you, right? Now go to Deuteronomy chapter 24. Deuteronomy chapter 24. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 19 and 21. I told brothers and sisters we're going to have a lot of precepts. So Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 19 through 21. Read that, brother.
When thou cuttest down thine harvest in thy field, and has forgot a sheaf in the field.
Hold on, let's wait till the sister get it. Deuteronomy chapter 19, or 24, it's like it. Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 19 to 21. Read that.
When thou cuttest down thy harvest in thy field, and has forgot a sheaf in the field.
So if you forgot a sheaf in the field, right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt not go again to fetch it. It shall be for the stranger.
For the who?
For the stranger.
And what else?
For the fatherless.
So Ruth leaving her father and mother's house and going into the land of Judah, she was a stranger. Go ahead. And she lost her father-in-law. Go ahead.
And for the widow.
And she was a widow. So that's what that food was for. Go ahead.
That Yahweh thy God may bless thee in all the work of thine hands.
So if you did that, if you didn't just reap all the benefits of the land, but left some for brothers and sisters, for strangers, widows, and fatherless, then the Lord will bless thee. That's why those reapers said, the Lord bless thee. Yahweh bless thee. Go ahead, verse 20.
When thou beatest thine olive tree, thou shalt not go over the boughs again. It shall be for the stranger, for the fatherless, and for the widow.
Go ahead.
When thou gatherest the grapes of thy vineyard, thou shalt not glean it afterward. It shall be for the stranger.
For who?
For the stranger. For the fatherless, and for the widow.
Continue.
And thou shalt remember that thou wast a bondman in the land of Egypt. Therefore I command thee to do this thing.
So what the Lord is talking about, be humble. Show humility. Just because now you reaping the benefits off the land now, you better think about, we was in captivity once before. That's what he's pretty much saying. We was in captivity. You didn't have nothing. So don't wait till you get everything and they'll become prideful and become all and boast. No, stay humble. Understand that you was once struggling. Help that brother, that sister out. That's what the Lord was telling. So go back to Ruth chapter 2.
Ruth chapter 2, verse 4. And behold, Boaz came from Bethlehem and said unto the reapers, Yahweh be with you. And they answered him, Yahweh bless thee. Then said Boaz unto his servant that was set over the reapers, whose damsel is this?
Who young woman is this? Because Ruth obviously was probably a beautiful woman. Go ahead.
And the servant that was set over...
I ain't never really seen no beautiful Chinese women, but I guess. Go ahead.
And the servant that was set over the reapers answered and said, It is the Moabitish damsel that came...
Wait, it is the who?
Moabitish.
No, Moab.
Moabitish. Moabitish.
Moabitish. The same strong concordance for Moabites or Moabitis. Same as Moabitish. Same strong concordance, H4125, an inhabitant of the land of Moab. Go ahead.
It is the Moabitish damsel that came back with Naomi.
This is the sister. This is the Israelite sister that's living in the plains of Moab that came back with her mother-in-law, Naomi. Go ahead.
Out of the country of Moab.
Out of the country of Moab. You know about the country of Moab, right? Where Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh was given, right? Everybody understood that. Go ahead.
And she said,
I don't understand why most brothers and sisters can't understand it, but they understood the country of Moab is where our brothers and sisters dwell. That was given to 3 tribes. Go ahead.
And she said, I pray you, let me glean and gather after the reapers among the sheaves. So she came, and hath continued even from the morning until now, that she tarried a little in the house.
So she was out there for a long time. She barely was in the house. She was out there in the field gathering grain or whatever she had to gather, corn, whatever. She was out there working. Go ahead.
Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest thou not my daughter? Go not to glean in another field.
Don't go. And we're gonna break this down, you know, in a little bit. Why did he tell her don't go to another field? Remind you, hold that again. Judges chapter 21, the last verse. The last verse, I believe. The last verse.
In those days there was no king in Israel.
In those days, in the days of Ruth, in the days of the judges, there was no king in Israel. And what happened?
Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
They did what they wanted to do. So go back to Ruth chapter 2 and read that verse again, Ak.
Then said Boaz unto Ruth, Hearest thou not my daughter? Go not to glean in another field.
Don't go to another field, because why? Israel was doing what they want to do. Go ahead.
Neither go from hence, but abide here fast by my maidens.
You can abide here by my female servants, right? Continue.
Let thine eyes be on the field that they do reap, and go there, and go thou after them.
So go after those reapers, go after those workers, and reap the benefits. Go ahead.
Have I not charged the young men that they shall not touch thee?
So he told the other Israelite brothers, don't touch this woman. Go ahead.
And when thou art athirst, go into the vessels, and drink of that which the young men have drawn.
Man, this righteous brother is doing a lot. He's showing this Chinese woman so much. This righteous brother is showing so much favoritism to this one little Chinese woman. You would think, man, he's a man of the Lord, and he should understood the law, which we're going to show a little bit later. So continue though.
Then she fell on her face and bowed herself to the ground, and said unto him,
Being humble, go ahead.
Why have I found grace in thine eyes?
Why are you so nice to me? Go ahead.
That thou shouldest take knowledge of me.
How do you even know about me? I'm a nobody. I'm just Ruth. Go ahead.
Seeing I am a stranger.
Seeing I'm not even from this part of the town. Seeing I'm from the land of Moab, where the 3 tribes was given. Why are you being so kind to me, and I'm not even in my hometown? Because Boaz was a righteous man, and guess what? He applied Leviticus 19. He understood that she was of his kindred, of his nation, even though she was of a different tribe. And so he dealt righteous with her like he dealt righteous with his countrymen and women. Go ahead.
And Boaz answered and said unto her, It hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thy husband, and And how thou hast left thy father and thy mother and the land of thy nativity,
which is the land of thy birth, the land of thy kindred. Go ahead.
and art come unto the people which thou knewest not heretofore.
You never knew about us. Just like, do you know every person in Texas where you grew up at? Do I know everybody in Minnesota? No. And that's just dealing with one part of town.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine going, when I travel, go to Canada. I don't know nobody.
Mm-hmm.
This is new people to me. Even though they're my same people. That's all he's saying. Like, read that part again.
And Boaz answered and said unto her, It hath fully been showed me all that thou hast done unto thy mother-in-law since the death of thine husband.
Because he knew that she was a virtuous woman. Go ahead.
And how thou hast left thy father and thy mother in the land of thy nativity.
The land of that birthplace, because she was a citizen of what? Of Moab, the plains of Moab. Just like I'm a citizen of America. That doesn't make me American. Remind you, Ecclesiastes 1:9, there's nothing new under the sun. Nothing. So just like we are living in strange lands and we're called by the country that we're born in, that applies to back then during the time of Ruth and even before. Continue, brother.
And art come unto a people which thou knewest not.
You come into a tribe, remind you, people, tribe, you come into a tribe that you never know of. Go ahead, because you was living on the east side of the river Jordan in the plains of Moab. Go ahead.
Yahweh recompense thy work, and a full reward be given thee of Yahweh God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust.
So he understood that. Read verse 12 again, Slakia.
Yahweh recompense thy work.
So he's blessing this Moabitess-ish woman. Go ahead.
And a full reward be given thee of Yahweh God of Israel, under whose wings thou art come to trust.
So he putting a blessing upon this Israelite sister. He's putting a blessing on this Moabitess woman. So give me Joel chapter 2 verse 27. He's saying in the Most High's name, he's blessing her. Joel chapter 2 verse 27. Joel chapter 2 verse 27. You way behind. You way over here. No, that's right over here. Yeah. Joel chapter 2 verse 27.
And ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel.
Ye shall know, family, that the Most High Yahweh, we call him, the Most High God of Israel, he's in the midst of Israel. Go ahead.
And that I am Yahweh your God, and none else.
And he is Yahweh our God, and who?
And none else.
And nobody else. Now give me Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2. Amos chapter 3, verse 1 and 2.
Hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken unto you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
You're the only person I'm dealing with Israel. Go ahead. These little precepts right here, I mean, is so easy a kid can understand it. You only, Israel, have I known of all the families of the earth, even the Moabites. Tish, woman. Go ahead.
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
Psalms 147. Read that one more time. Or read that one. Psalms 147. Psalms 147, verse 19 and 20. Like I said, you brothers and sisters, if you disagree, if you believe that she was Chinese, and, so that some people, they just want her to be Chinese because some of you brothers or sisters have a Chinese man or woman at home. Or you like to support the Chinese restaurant. And you want to go, so you be like, I hope she was Chinese. King David, these people had Chinese in them. So I'm going to go support my Chinese relative, far relative. No, she was Israelite. So read Psalms 147, 19 and 20.
He showed this word unto Jacob.
He showed his word. This Bible belongs to Israel. Go ahead.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
So those laws that we went over in Leviticus and Deuteronomy and Exodus and Numbers only belongs to the children of Israel. Doesn't but pertain to the other nations. Go ahead.
He hath not dealt so with any nation.
The Lord's not dealing with no other nation.
And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh.
So go back to Ruth chapter 2. He ain't dealing with no other nations. He's only dealing with Israel. Read verse 13.
Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord.
My who?
My Lord.
She called Boaz her Lord, my Lord. Hold that. 1 Peter chapter 3. Told you I'm going to hit with a bunch of precepts. We're going over this whole book, and I'm going to hit it with a bunch of precepts. You can't go over the book of Ruth and go to 2 scriptures to talk about, see, I proved it. That's it. I'm done. No, you better have a line up. You better have a whole page of precepts. Can't just make a class. I'm going to do 2 precepts, and boom, I proved it. I'm done. You see? I proved it. You brothers, if you believe she was an Israelite, you wicked as hell. Like, I'm not saying brothers or sisters wicked as hell if you disagree with us. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, teach us on. If you agree, disagree, you have that choice. But if we all can agree on the true doctrine, which is Proverbs 4, 1 and 2, the Most High gave us that good doctrine, which is the laws. That's the only doctrine that we should be concerned about. The laws, statutes, and commandments. So I'm not going to hate you, brothers and sisters, if you disagree with us. No. Keep it moving. But I'm not going to curse y'all and y'all wicked. You got a demon on you if you believe she was an Israelite. That's taking it too far. Y'all are become too extreme. It ain't that important. You know what I mean? So go back to go to 1 Peter chapter 3. Brothers get mad if you don't agree with them. You damn demon. You whore. You little thought. 1 Peter 3, 5, and 6. Read that, brother. No, it ain't that serious. Just like, okay, brother, you don't agree. It's all praises. You my brother still. I love you. So you my sister. I love you. So 1 Peter 3, 5, and 6. Read that, brother.
For after this manner, in the old time,
old times. We in the book of Ruth. That's pretty old, right? Go ahead.
The holy women also.
The holy what?
Women
the
also,
holy woman did what?
Who trusted in God.
They trusted in the Most High, just like Ruth trusted in the Most High. Go ahead.
Adorn themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord.
So Sarah called her husband, her man, Lord, my Lord. Just like Ruth called Boaz, my Lord. That's what the holy women did. That was descendants of Sarah. Read that part again, verse 5, I believe. What verse was that?
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord. Whose daughters?
Whose what?
Daughters ye are.
Who daughters you are. You are the daughters of Sarah, the daughters of Zion. If you are that righteous, virtuous woman, go ahead. Humble woman, go ahead.
As long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement.
You see? Then you are a daughter of Sarah, a daughter of Israel, a daughter of the Most High God. If you do well, if you do good, if you be virtuous, righteous. So go back to Ruth chapter 2.
Ruth chapter 2.
And read verse, what verse was that? 13.
Then she said, let me find favor in thy sight, my Lord, for that thou hast comforted me, and for that thou hast spoken friendly unto thine handmaid, though I be not like unto one of thine handmaids.
It's like, I'm not even your servant, but you treated me great, just like I was your servant, like I was working for you. Go ahead.
And Boaz said unto her, at mealtime come thou hither and eat of the bread, and dip thy morsel in the vinegar. And she sat beside the reapers, and he reached her parched corn, and she did eat, and was sufficed, and left.
You see how, man, this righteous brother took, man, good care of this damn Chinese woman. Man, he was feeding the hell. Man, go ahead. You can take whatever you want. She was so fat. She was just so full and just satisfied. Like, man, you'd be like, man, this righteous brother was treating this heathen like one of her own. Like that was his baby mama or something. Like that's his wife. Go ahead.
And when she was risen up to glean, Boaz commanded his young men, saying, "Let her glean even among the sheaves."
Wait. Oh man. So this righteous brother took it a step further. So remind you, he's you have land, your land is fruitful. You don't supposed to reap all the benefits. Leave it for the widows, the fatherless, the strangers, right? The poor. But he took it a step forward. He took it a step forward for this heathen woman, this Moabitish woman, this Chinese woman. Read that part, brother.
Let her glean even among the sheaves, and he reproached her not.
Uh-huh.
And let fall also some of the handfuls of purpose for her, and leave them, that she may glean them and rebuke her not.
Continue.
So she gleaned in the field until even, and beat out that she had gleaned, and it was about an ephah of barley.
So he just didn't allow her to glean where the strangers, the widows, the poor, the fatherless, where they reaped. He pretty much gave her full access to his whole land. Let her do whatever she want to glean. She can glean whatever she want. Dang. So this righteous brother that knows the laws of the Most High is treating this Chinese woman more better than his own nation. Think about that. If you believe that she truly is a Chinese woman, then you're pretty much saying that this righteous brother treated this heathen more better than his own family, his own nation. That would be a trade-off, wouldn't it be? That'd be that would be a kuna, like we like to call it, right? So continue reading on that. That's just something to think about, family. Go ahead. That's why it's very important to go over the whole book of Ruth. Go ahead.
And she took it up and went into the city. And her mother-in-law saw what she had gleaned, and she brought forth and gave to her that she had reserved after she sufficed.
Uh-huh.
And her mother-in-law said unto her, Where hast thou gleaned today? And where rottest thou?
Because he brought back more than she usually brought back. So she just didn't have just a section. Okay, this is the section for all the widows and strangers and poor people. No, she had unlimited access. Go ahead.
Blessed be he that did take knowledge of thee. And she showed her mother-in-law with whom she had wrought, and said, The man's name with whom I wrought today is Boaz.
Uh-huh. So I was at Boaz field. Go ahead.
And Naomi said unto her daughter-in-law, Blessed be he of Yahweh, who have not left his kindness to the living and to the dead.
Uh-huh.
And Naomi said unto her, The man is near of kin.
The what?
Us. The man is near of kin unto us.
Is near unto kin unto us. Go ahead.
One of our next kinsmen.
He's one of the next kinsmen. Go ahead.
And Ruth the Moabitess said,
The Moabitess. Go ahead.
He said unto me also, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest.
Read that part again. 21.
And Ruth the Moabitess said, He said unto me also, Thou shalt keep fast by my young men until they have ended all my harvest.
You can stay until the end. Go ahead, check this out.
And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, It is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field.
I'm glad you pretty much found this man that is close kin, that is pretty much righteous, and is dwelling in his field. I'm glad you didn't go and deal with another field. Why? Go ahead, read verse 23.
So she kept fast by the maidens of Boaz to glean unto the end of the barley harvest and of wheat harvest, and dwelt with her mother-in-law.
So why did she say that? Deuteronomy chapter 22. Let's read that law. Deuteronomy chapter 22. Why did she say it like he said earlier? Remain in this field. Don't go to another field. Why? There was no king in Israel. Men did what they wanted to do. Think about it. There's no laws, there's no kings, there's no people held accountable. So you see a pretty young thing walking around and you wicked as hell. What do you think that man is going to do to that woman that's wandering in the field? Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25 to 29. Read that, brother.
But if a man...
Let's wait till the sister get it. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 25 to 29. Read that, brother.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field...
This is a woman that's betrothed, engaged. Go ahead.
And the man force her and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
So that's what Boaz was afraid of. He was afraid that this woman would get raped because she's a beautiful Israelite sister. Go ahead.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death.
So that's why he understood. I don't want this sister to go to another field. Hey, come dwell, because this is a righteous house. We deal with righteousness. So don't go over to that house, because them brothers over there is dealing like animals. They beasts. Go ahead.
Probably because men knew that women were in the fields.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Harvest, so they probably went there looking like wicked.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's definitely what was going on. A lot of rape was going on. Go ahead.
For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter. So
if he raped this woman, the woman was not put to death, but the man was only put to death. And that's what he was afraid, and that's what her mother-in-law was afraid of, for her to get raped if she went somewhere else and dealt with other brothers. Go ahead.
For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
So now go back. No, I mean, that's it on that. I proved the point. So go back to Ruth chapter 2 and read verse 22 again.
And Naomi said unto Ruth, her daughter-in-law, it is good, my daughter, that thou go out with his maidens, that they meet thee not in any other field.
So that's why she said that, because Israel was being wicked. So now go to Ruth chapter 3, verse 1.
Then Naomi,
so Ruth chapter 3, verse 1. We're in the book of Ruth chapter 3, verse 1. So read that.
Then Naomi, her mother-in-law, said unto her, my daughter, shall I not seek rest for thee, that it may be well with thee? And now is not Boaz of our kindred?
Of our nation? Wait. Read verse 2 again.
And now is not Boaz of our kindred?
Is not Boaz of our kindred, of our nation, of our... She didn't say of my nation. Mm-hmm. She said of our nation, kindred. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
With whose maidens thou wast? Behold, he winnoweth barley tonight in the threshing floor.
So he's spreading the barley. He's pretty much out there working. Go ahead.
Wash thyself therefore and anoint thee, and put thy raiment upon thee.
Look all pretty. Dress a little nice, right? Like most, since you think, oh, it's a special night. Let me dress like a queen tonight. Right? Go ahead. Let me look pretty. Put on all this oil and stuff. Go ahead.
And get thee down to the floor. But make not thyself known unto the man, until he shall have done eating and drinking.
Go ahead.
And it shall be, when he lieth down, that thou shalt mark the place where he shall lie.
So she's pretty much telling Ruth, because she want her to marry this man. So she's giving her wisdom of what to do. Go ahead.
And thou shalt go in and uncover his feet, and lay thee down, and he will tell thee what thou shalt do. And she said unto her, all that thou sayest unto me I will do.
Go ahead.
And she went down unto the floor, and did according to all that her mother-in-law bade her.
Continue.
And when Boaz had eaten and drunk, and his heart was merry, he went to lie down at the end of the heap of corn. And she came softly and uncovered her feet, his feet. So
I'll answer the question for brothers and sisters that got questions after class. Then we'll open it up for questions. So just hold your questions. We'll answer after class. Go ahead.
And laid her down. And it came to pass at midnight that the man was afraid, and turned himself, and behold, the woman lay at his feet.
Because, remind you, why is this man laying down in the field while he's out there? Because using wisdom, most likely, you had people thieves. You had people out there probably just, ramshacking the whole damn field. And so he's out there, he slept out there, he was working so hard. He was pretty much protecting his land. Go ahead.
And he said, Who art thou? And she answered, I am Ruth, thy husband, thy handmaid.
Thy servant, go ahead.
Spread therefore thy skirt over thine handmaid, for thou art a near kinsman.
That's just an old saying, pretty much just saying, take me as thy wife. That's all she was saying. Be my covering. Right? Go ahead.
And he said, Blessed be thou of Yahweh, my daughter.
And just know a man cannot rape his wife. They should agree, or a wife shouldn't tell her husband no, and a husband shouldn't tell his wife no. They supposed to. That's in 1 Corinthians. If they want to have sex, they supposed to not defraud one another unless it was for consent. Unless they both agree we're not going to have sex with amount of days. That's only applied. But you just can't. Using wisdom, you shouldn't go and just rape your wife. That's not smart. That's not using wisdom. A lot of brothers be doing a lot of wicked stuff to sisters, and they're gonna be dealt with when the Lord comes back. That's to believe it. So continue on that. What verse we at? Verse 10. Gone.
And he said, Blessed be thou of Yahweh, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning.
When he says my daughter in the Hebrew, but not, which means young woman. Go ahead.
Inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich.
Read verse 10 again, Slakia.
And he said, Blessed be thou of Yahweh, my daughter, for thou hast showed more kindness in the latter end than at the beginning.
So she's blessed of Yahweh. Yahweh, right? Go ahead.
Inasmuch as thou followest not young men, whether poor or rich.
You didn't chase after. He's pretty much saying, like, man, you could have went after a young man, a rich man, a poor man, whatever. You could have had anybody you want. So he's pretty much like glad that she took him. Like she, at his feet, like, I want you, right? Go ahead.
And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest. For all the city of my people doth know that thou art a virtuous woman.
Read verse 11 again.
And now, my daughter, fear not. I will do to thee all that thou requirest.
Go ahead.
For all the city of my
people. For all the what?
All the city of my people.
All the city, the gate of my tribe, of my people. Go ahead.
Doth know that thou art a virtuous woman.
That Ruth is what?
A virtuous woman.
So this, give me Deuteronomy 25, 5 and 6. Deuteronomy 25, 5 and 6. So he was the next to kinsman. So go to Deuteronomy chapter 25. Let me get it real quick. It's like verse 5 and 6.
If brethren dwell together, and one of them die and have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her, and take her to him to wife.
So this is the law of the next kinsman to marry. Go ahead.
And perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
Go ahead.
And it shall be that the firstborn which she beareth shall succeed in the name of his brother which is dead, that his name be not put out of Israel.
Now go to Proverbs 31. Ruth was virtuous. Virtuous. Proverbs 31 and 10. So I guess since she's virtuous, it's going to be the 12 tribes of Israel in the kingdom of heaven, and then Ruth is going to have her little section in the kingdom of heaven right next to Judah called the plains of Moab. And it's going to be only for Chinese people, that little section, since she's so virtuous. So read Proverbs 31 and 10.
Who can find a virtuous woman?
Who can find a virtuous woman? That's a question mark. Who can find a virtuous woman? Go ahead.
For her price is far above ruby.
Because it's hard to find. And if you do find a virtuous woman, she's worth more than anything, more than money or any type of material things. So who can find a virtuous woman? So I guess this righteous brother, Boaz, skipped all the virtuous women in Israel and went and dealt with a virtuous Chinese woman. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse, First Esdras, an apocrypha. First Esdras chapter 8, because I want the part where it said, I think this is one. Let me make sure. It's First Esdras. First Esdras chapter 8, verse 69 and 70.
The nation of Israel, the princes, the priests, and Levites have not put away from them the strange people of the land, nor the pollutions of the Gentiles.
So, reminds you, Boaz is a righteous man. So, I guess he being righteous and the Lord dealing with him, but he broke the law to marry a heathen. What did the law say? Go ahead.
To wit, of the Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Jebusites, and the Moabites.
And the who?
And the Moabites.
And the who?
And the Moabites. Egyptians and Edomites.
Continue.
For both they and their sons have married with their daughters. And the holy seed is mixed with the strange people of the land.
Go ahead.
And from the beginning of this matter, the rulers of this great men and the great man have been partakers of this iniquity.
Of this sin. So marrying, we just going to focus on the Moabites, but any heathen woman, that is an iniquity. That is a sin. So you trying to tell me that this righteous brother Boaz, being righteous, the Lord blessing him with, fruitful land, is going to marry a heathen? Go back to Ruth chapter 3. And this woman was a righteous, virtuous woman. So she's compared to Sarah, Esther. I mean, the list goes on. So she has to be in the kingdom. There's got to be salvation, not just for Israel, but for Ruth as well. So go back to Ruth chapter 3 and read verse, what verse we was at?
12.
Con.
And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit, there is a kinsman nearer than I.
Is what?
A kinsman nearer than I.
Go ahead.
Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of a kinsman, well, let him do the kinsman's part. But if he will not do the part of the kinsman to thee, then I will do the part of the kinsman to thee, as Yahweh liveth.
As who?
As Yahweh liveth. Lie down into the morning.
Thank you, baby. So, man, this righteous man, trust in the Most High, right? He's followed one law, the law of the kinsman, of not dealing or allowing the one that's closest to kin to have hit the first bid or on the woman that husband died. So he focused on that law. He's like, man, Deuteronomy, I gotta follow that in the Torah. Deuteronomy chapter 25. I gotta follow it. Right? But then he turns around and breaks the law of marriage. Think about that, family. Think about that. Why would Boaz break the law of marriage by marrying a Moabite, but then keep this law? Read verse 13 again, or 12 again.
And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit, there is a kinsman nearer than I.
So why he didn't care if he was wicked by marrying this Chinese woman? Why didn't he just say, I don't care about, because mind you, during the time of Judges, no king, everybody did what they wanted to do. So why did he give a damn about this law? He could have been like, man, I know Deuteronomy 25 said, but I don't care. I know what Deuteronomy chapter 7 and what we just read in 1 Ezra 8 says. I don't care. I'm about to take you as a wife. You little pretty little Chinese thing. You know what I mean? You can make me some good soup, you know, wash my toes, do my service nails. That's good, right? But read verse 12 again.
And now it is true that I am thy near kinsman. Howbeit there is a kinsman nearer than I.
This man was righteous. He understood that this was an Israelite sister and that he would have to apply the laws because he feared the Most High God of Israel. Go ahead.
Tarry this night, and it shall be in the morning that if he will perform unto thee the part of the kinsman well, let him do the kinsman part. But if he will not do the part of the kinsman to thee, then I will do the part of the kinsman to thee. As Yahweh liveth, lie down until the morning.
Because he feared the Most High. Go ahead.
And she lay at his feet until the morning, and she rose up before one could know another.
Very early. Go ahead.
And he said, let it be not known that a woman came unto the floor.
Don't tell nobody what happened. Go ahead. Don't tell nobody that you was by my feet. Go ahead.
Also he said, bring the veil that thou hast upon thee, and hold it. And when she held it, he measured 6 measures of barley and laid it on her, and she went into the city.
So he blessed this woman again. Go ahead.
And when she came to her mother-in-law, she said, who art thou, my daughter? And she told her all that the man had done to her. And she said, these 6 measures of barley gave he me, for he said to me, go not empty unto thy mother-in-law.
Because he applied the law of the strangers. Go ahead.
Then said she, sit still, my daughter, until thou hast...
Sit still, my what?
My daughter. Until thou know how the matter will fall. For the man will not be in rest until he have finished the thing this day.
So you see that? So this Israelite woman, this Moabitess woman, a citizen of Moab, an inhabitant of the land of Moab, is given instructions of what to do by Boaz and also her mother-in-law. Ruth chapter 4, last chapter. So this virtuous woman is obedient. So Ruth chapter 4, verse 1. Read that.
Then went Boaz up to the gate and sat him down there. And behold, the kinsman of whom Boaz spake came by unto him, unto whom he said, ho, such a one, turn aside, sit down here. And he turned aside and sat down.
So, hey, Boaz was so quick. Boaz was so quick to sin. That man was anxious. He's like, oh man, I got to hurry up and marry this woman. I'm so quick to sin. No, he was a righteous. He was a righteous man, and he was wondering what this man's going to do, so he can know, okay, if I'm gonna be able to take her as a wife or not. So read verse 2. So he went up to the gates. He went up to where the nobles and the judges be, and got his cousin, his kinsman, and was trying to deal with it, right? Trying to handle this matter so they can know what to do. Go ahead.
And he took 10 men of the elders of the city and said, sit ye down here, and they sat down.
So he took 10 men of the elders of the city. Remind you, had elders, captain, judges, all in each tribe in each city, right? Go ahead.
And he said unto the kinsman, Naomi, that is come again out of the country of Moab, selleth the parcel of the land, which was our brother Elimelech.
So Elimelech had land in the land of Judah. He had his inheritance in Bethlehem, Judah. So he's breaking it down to him what's going on. That Naomi has some land. She's trying to sell it, right? Go ahead.
And I thought to advertise thee, saying, buy it before the inhabitants and before the elders of my people.
So he told him, he's let him know the situation, right? Go ahead.
If thou wilt redeem it, redeem it. But if thou wilt not redeem it, then tell me, that I may know, for there is none to redeem it beside thee, and I am after thee. And he said, I will redeem it.
So he's letting, so Boaz is telling his relative, like, man, you know, it's up to you. You can redeem it. You're the closest to kin. You have the opportunity to redeem it before me. If you don't want to redeem it, I will redeem it. So this cousin said, what? I will redeem it. So he's letting them know, like, shoot, that land, okay, I'll get some land. I'll come up again, you know what I mean? I'll take over, such and such land, you know what I mean? But check this out. So he agreed to take over the land because he just thought it was the land, right? Go ahead.
Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi?
So when you getting ready to buy this land for Naomi, go ahead.
Thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
To raise up what?
The name of the dead upon his inheritance.
So Boaz let this relative know that there's more to the story. It's not just you buying this land. Once you buy this land, you have to purchase her too. Right? Law on marriages, 50 shekels, little money.
So that Ruth doesn't have to, Naomi doesn't have to take care of her.
Exactly. Go ahead.
And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself.
What did he say?
I cannot redeem it for myself.
So remind you, he already agreed to redeem it. He already agreed to redeem the land. But once he found out that it was a woman involved and that he has to, or it's like, I don't want to ruin the story. Read verse 5 again.
Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
So he understood that this inheritance would be for his dead relative. Go ahead.
And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it.
So, hold that. Give me Genesis 38, verse 1. Genesis 38. Verse 1 through 9. So, this is why his relative did not want to redeem the inheritance. This is why he did not want to take Ruth as a wife. Genesis 28, 1 through 9. Read that.
And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned in to a certain Adulamite, whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua.
Hey, family, stay focused on the word. Y'all going into curly hair and all this other stuff. Stay focused. Read verse 1 again.
And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned in to a certain Adulamite, whose name was Hira. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went in unto her. And she conceived and bare a son. And he called his name And she conceived again and bare a son. And she called his name Onan.
Go ahead.
And she yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shula. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. And Judah took a wife of his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of Yahweh, and Yahweh slew him.
Go ahead.
And Judah said,
it's very similar to what happened in Ruth. Man was being wicked, got put to death. Go ahead.
And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife, and marry her, and raise up seed to thy brother.
So Judah said unto Onan, go raise up seed, right? But what did Onan do?
And Onan knew that the seed should not be his.
And Onan, because he was wicked, knew that this seed would not be his. Go ahead.
And it came to pass, when he had went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest he should give seed to his brother.
So he was so wicked, he was like, he had sex with her, but instead of, busting in her, he bust on the ground. So he intentionally did not want to impregnate his brother's wife. So they'll go back to Ruth chapter 4. Let's get understanding now. Read verse 5 and 6 again.
Then said Boaz, what day thou buyest the field of the hand of Naomi, thou must buy it also of Ruth the Moabitess, the wife of the dead.
The wife of the dead, go ahead.
To raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
So now he understand what? That this land, this inheritance that I'm about to buy is not going to be really for me. I'm buying it to raise up seed to this, the man that died, to give it to his descendants. Go ahead.
And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself.
So he was wicked, just like the other brother. He was like, man, I ain't about to, it's pretty much no benefit. Why would I go purchase a land so that I can, in return, have a child? That child's not going to be mine. It's not going to be mine because it's going to be raised, which we're going to go over the law on that. It's going to be, I don't want to, give it away. Read that part again.
And the kinsman said, I cannot redeem it for myself, lest I mar mine own inheritance. Redeem thou my right to thyself, for I cannot redeem it.
So he did not want to. He did not want to take her as a wife because he's like dealing with wicked, just like Onan. Onan didn't want to raise up seed in his brother's name. So he was pretty much like, I'll take the land. Once he knew it was just the land, but then once he understood it was a wife that he has to take with it. And that wife, that land is going to be given into that child and not him. He's like, oh no, I'm good. I already got my other land I got to deal with. You can have it. You see how wicked our people is doing? Continue.
Now this was the manner in former time in Israel concerning the redeeming and concerning changing. For to confirm all things, a man plucked off his shoe and gave it to his neighbor, and this was the testimony in Israel.
Go ahead.
Therefore the kinsman said unto Boaz, buy it for thee. So he drew off his shoe.
Hold that. Deuteronomy chapter 25. What is he talking about? What law is they talking about? Deuteronomy chapter 25. Read verse 5 and 6, 5 and then 6, and then we're gonna read 7 and 9. But I just want to make another point. Read that for people to understand. 5 and 6.
If brethren dwell together and one of them died.
This is why the relative did not want to take Ruth as a wife. Go ahead.
And have no child, the wife of the dead shall not marry without unto a stranger. Her husband's brother shall go in unto her and take her to him to wife. And perform the duty of an husband's brother unto her.
Continue.
And it shall be.
Check this out, y'all. This is the key point. This is why the relative did not want to take Ruth as a wife, but he wanted that land. Why? Go ahead.
And it shall be that the firstborn.
That what?
That the firstborn.
That if he would have took Ruth as a wife and that first child they would have had, go ahead.
Which he buried all succeed in the name of his brother which is dead.
That child would be not his, but the brother that died. Go ahead.
That his name be not put out of Israel.
So that's why he's like, man, I'm not dealing with that. I want to mess with my inheritance, and it ain't going to benefit me to take her as a wife, even though I have to raise up seed in my brother's name, and he going to get that land. Nah, I'd rather not do it. Continue. This is about the shoe. Read verse 7 through 9.
And if the man like not to take his brother's wife.
But if he don't want to take his brother's wife, he has the right to say no. Go ahead.
Then let his brother's wife go up to the gate unto the elders and say, my husband's brother refuses to raise up unto his brother a name in Israel. He will not perform the duty of my husband's brother.
Go ahead.
Then the elders of his city shall call him.
Wait, the elders of his city. Go ahead. That's why it was dealing with in Judah. That's why she wanted to go. That's why she wanted to go to the land of Judah to deal with his elders and not dwell with the land of Moab, because the plains of Moab was given to Judah. Reuben, Gad, and half of Manasseh. So that's why she wanted to go to the land of Judah, because she had to deal with his elders, his judges. Get understanding, brothers and sisters. Read that part again.
Then the elders of his city shall call him and speak unto him. And if he stand to it and say, like not to take her, I like not to take her, then shall his brother's wife come unto him in the presence of the elders and loose his shoe from off his foot. And spit in his face.
And do what?
And spit in his face.
Which it was a shame for someone to spit in your face. Go ahead.
And shall answer and say, so shall it be done unto that man that will not build up his brother's house.
Because that was shameful even though he had the right to say yes or no, that was shameful for why you don't want to raise up seed in your brother's name. That's shameful. So that's why she spit in his face and unloosed the shoe. That was a statute that was done in Israel. Go back to Ruth chapter 4. All praises to the Most High and Yahweh Shai. So go back to Ruth chapter 4. And where was that? Verse 9. Read that.
And Boaz said unto the elders and unto all the people, You are witnesses this day that I have bought all that was Elimelech's and all that was Chilion's and Mahlon's of the hand of Naomi. Moreover, Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife.
To be my what?
My wife. To raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
Go ahead. That law pertains to Israel, not Moab. Go ahead.
That the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren. And from the gates of the city ye are witnesses this day.
Go ahead.
And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said.
Wait, slack you up. Read verse 10 again.
Moreover, Ruth, the Moabitess, the wife of Mahlon, have I purchased to be my wife, to raise up the name of the dead upon his inheritance.
Remind you, Boaz is a God-fearing man. He fears the Most High. He's living by the laws. Go ahead.
That the name of the dead be not cut off from among his brethren. And from the gate of his place ye are witnesses this day.
Continue.
And all the people that were in the gate and the elders said, we are witnesses.
So they understood they was a witness. Go ahead. 2 or 3 were witnesses you must have according to the law. And then that's firm. Go ahead.
Yahweh make the woman that is coming to thine house like Rachel. And
the
like,
Lord make the woman that is coming to thy house like who?
Like Rachel.
So he's like saying to bless this woman like Rachel and who else?
And like Leah. Which two did build the house of Israel.
Go ahead.
And do thou worthily in Ephratah and be famous in Bethlehem.
So they comparing Ruth to Leah and Rachel. I guess a Chinese woman out there is just as righteous as Sarah, just as virtuous. I mean, King Solomon said in Ecclesiastes, out of 1,000 women, he found only one. Found none. Not saying there's no righteous woman out there. And out of 1,000 men, he found one. So out of the 1,000 women that he was dealing with, that's what he was referring to, he didn't find none of them to be righteous. So I guess Boaz had to go to the land of Moab had to find a Chinese woman to be virtuous. The only righteous women and righteous man is of the nation of Israel. The other nations are not righteous. They are the wicked. They don't know how to be righteous. The laws do not apply to them. So continue on that, brother.
And let thy house be like the house of Perez, whom Tamar bare unto Judah, of the seed which Yahweh shall give thee of this young woman.
Go ahead.
So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went
so read verse 13 again, like it.
So Boaz took Ruth, and she was his wife. And when he went in unto her, Yahweh gave her conception.
Who?
And when he went in unto her, Yahweh gave her conception, and she bare a son.
Dang, the Most High gave it. He allowed it. You would think that he'd be like, nah, this woman ain't our people. I ain't gonna allow this to happen. But he allowed it because she was not a heathen. And if she was a heathen, I guess he followed the law of close kinsmen. He dealt with the law of the strangers. But then he forgot about this law. Deuteronomy chapter 21. Got 10 more minutes. Thank you, sweetheart. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 10 through 13. So he applied all these other laws, but then forgot about this one.
When thou goest forth to war against thine enemies, and Yahweh thy God hath delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, and hast a desire unto her, that thou wouldest have her to thy wife. Then thou shalt bring her home to thine house, and she shall shave her head and pare her nails.
So Ruth, if she was really a Chinese woman, she was supposed to have shaved her head and cut her nails. But Boaz didn't do it because she was not a heathen. She was an Israelite that was a citizen of Moab, the plains of Moab. Go ahead.
And she shall put the raiment of her captivity from off her, and shall remain in thine house, and bewail her father and her mother a full month. And after that thou shalt go in unto her, and be her husband, and she shall be thy wife.
So go back to Ruth chapter 4. I never we didn't read about how Ruth went back to her family house and dealt a month with her father and mother. We didn't read about that. I guess it skipped the part where it says that Ruth went into the house. She shaved her head. She cut her nails.
Right.
It didn't say that either,
Right.
because she was not a heathen. So continue on that, verse 14.
And the woman said unto Naomi, Blessed be the Lord, blessed be Yahweh, which have not left thee this day without a kinsman, that his name may be famous in Israel. And he shall be unto thee a restorer of thy life,
So now this is now Ruth speaking to Naomi, right? Go ahead.
and a nourisher of thine old age.
Uh-huh.
For thy daughter-in-law, which loveth thee, which is better to thee than 7 sons, hath borne him.
Uh-huh.
And Naomi took the child and laid it in her bosom,
So Naomi took the child, right? Go ahead.
and became nurse unto it.
Uh-huh.
And the woman of her neighbors gave it a name, saying, There is a son born to Naomi.
There's a what?
Son born to Naomi.
Because remind you, that inheritance was supposed to be for Naomi, her mother-in-law, right? Go ahead.
And they called his name Obed. He is the father of Jesse, the father of David.
He is the father of Jesse, which is the father of David. Go ahead.
Now these are the generations of Perez. Perez begot Hezron, and Hezron begot Ram, and Ram begot Aminabad, and Aminabad begot Nahshon, and Nahshon begot Salmon, and Salmon begot Boaz, and Boaz begot Obed, and Obed begot Jesse, and Jesse begot David.
So the last scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 23. Exactly. Why would a heathen have a whole book written after her? Where'd they do that at?
Right.
Where they do that at? I guess this holy Bible, holy, that was given by inspiration of the Heavenly Father himself, allow a Chinese woman to make it into this holy Bible. Deuteronomy chapter 23, last precept, verse 3. Like I said, if brothers and sisters disagree. Deuteronomy 23, verse 3. That's why we went over the laws. We one of the fewest camps that have went over the whole law on video. So that brothers and sisters can rewatch these books of Numbers, Deuteronomy, Leviticus, Exodus, and see and gain understanding. We went over Joshua. We went over Judges, so that brothers can get understanding. We about to wrap up the book of Ruth. Then we go on and keep on going. Let's go to Deuteronomy 23, verse 3. Put the icing on the cake. Read that.
An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of Yahweh forever.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever. So, a Moabite and an Ammonite, they're not supposed to be in our congregation forever. So, if the Bible is letting you know that a Moabite Ammonite isn't supposed to be amongst us, why would Boaz take a righteous man, a man that feared Yahweh, take a heathen as a wife? So all praises to the Most High. In the name of Yahweh B'Shem Mashiach Yahushai, I hope y'all brothers and sisters got edified through the Spirit. We have a